Julius Caesar was a rising star in Roman politics. Ambitious and hungry for power, he saw an opportunity in the untamed lands of Gaul. This region, encompassing modern-day France, Belgium, and parts of Switzerland, presented a challenge that Caesar was eager to accept.
He sought military glory, believing it to be a sure path to greater political influence in Rome.
The Gallic Wars, beginning in 58 BC, would become his proving ground. These campaigns were not merely about conquest, though. Caesar cleverly framed them as necessary for Roman security, claiming to protect the Republic from barbarian threats. This justification resonated with the Roman people, eager to see their republic expand its dominion.
Caesar's campaigns in Gaul were also driven by personal ambition. He yearned for the prestige and power that came with military triumph. Victory meant more than just land. It meant popularity, influence, and ultimately, a chance to ascend the ranks of Roman politics.
Caesar's rivals in Rome watched his campaigns closely, recognizing the threat his growing popularity posed. They understood that each victory in Gaul strengthened Caesar's position, potentially tipping the scales of power in his favor upon his return. The Gallic Wars were thus not only a military campaign, but a calculated move on the chessboard of Roman politics. The Battle of Bibracte in 58 BC marked the beginning of Caesar's Gallic Wars. The Helvetii, a powerful Gallic tribe, were migrating through Roman territory, seeking new lands. Caesar, seeing an opportunity to assert Roman dominance, confronted the Helvetii near the town of Bibracte.
The ensuing battle showcased Caesar's tactical brilliance and the discipline of the Roman legions. Caesar's forces, though outnumbered, strategically outmaneuvered the Helvetii. The Romans' superior training and equipment, including their famed javelins and short swords, proved devastating.
The Battle of Bibracte was a decisive victory for Caesar. He successfully repelled the Helvetii, pushing them back to their original territory. This victory established Caesar as a force to be reckoned with in Gaul. It sent a clear message to the Gallic tribes. Rome was a formidable power not to be trifled with.
News of the victory spread quickly, bolstering Caesar's reputation in Rome. This early success fueled his ambition and laid the groundwork for further campaigns. The Gallic tribes, initially disunited, began to recognize the growing Roman threat.
Following his victory at Bibracte, Caesar turned his attention to other Gallic threats. The Belgae, a confederation of tribes in northern Gaul, posed a significant challenge. Fearing Roman expansion, they assembled a large army to confront Caesar.
The ensuing campaign was marked by fierce resistance from the Belgae. Their warriors were known for their bravery and ferocity in battle. Caesar, however, adapted his strategies, employing a combination of military might and cunning diplomacy to divide and conquer his opponents. He exploited rivalries among the Belgae, turning their own alliances against them.
The subjugation of the Belgae was crucial for securing the northern borders of Roman Gaul. It demonstrated Caesar's ability to adapt to different enemies and terrains, further solidifying his image as a masterful strategist.
These early victories served a dual purpose for Caesar. They not only expanded Roman territory, but also provided him with much-needed resources. The spoils of war, including captured slaves and plundered riches, were sent back to Rome, further enhancing Caesar's popularity and influence.
Each victory fueled his ambition and silenced his critics back in Rome. Section 4. A worthy adversary, Vercingetorix and the Gallic uprising. Despite Caesar's early successes, the Gallic tribes were far from subdued.
In 52 BC, I, Vercingetorix of the Arverni, emerged as a leader. Recognizing the existential threat posed by Rome, I united the divided Gallic tribes under my banner.
He rallied us to fight for our freedom, igniting a wave of resistance that threatened to overturn Caesar's hard-won gains.
Vercingetorix employed guerrilla tactics, using his knowledge of the terrain to harass Roman supply lines and launch surprise attacks. He aimed to wear down the Roman legions, exploiting their reliance on a steady flow of provisions.
Vercingetorix's leadership marked a turning point in the Gallic Wars. His strategic acumen and ability to unify the often fractured Gallic tribes presented Caesar with his most formidable challenge yet.
The Gallic revolt under Vercingetorix was a desperate struggle for survival, a last stand against Roman domination. It was a conflict that would push Caesar's military genius and the resolve of his legions to their limits.
The struggle for Gaul was no longer just about expanding Roman dominion. It had become a battle for Caesar's reputation and legacy.
Section 5. A costly triumph, the Siege of Alesia and the fall of Gaul. The Siege of Alesia in 52 BC was the culminating battle of the Gallic Wars.
Pursued by Caesar's legions, I sought refuge in the fortified hilltop town of Alesia.
Determined to crush the Gallic rebellion, I laid siege to the town, constructing an elaborate system of fortifications to trap Vercingetorix and his forces.
The siege became a battle of attrition. Both sides faced dwindling supplies and mounting casualties.
Vercingetorix, hoping to break the siege, called upon reinforcements from other Gallic tribes.
The arrival of Gallic reinforcements put immense pressure on Caesar's legions. They now faced the daunting task of fighting off a two-pronged attack, defending their fortifications from both within and outside.
Despite the odds, our tactical brilliance and the unwavering discipline of our soldiers prevailed.
In a final, desperate assault, the Roman legions repelled the Gallic relief force, while simultaneously repulsing a breakout attempt by Vercingetorix's forces within Alesia. The siege of Alesia ended in a decisive Roman victory.
Recognizing the futility of further resistance, I surrendered to Caesar.
The fall of Alesia marked the end of organized Gallic resistance and solidified Roman control over Gaul. Section 6. Caesar's legacy. From Gaul to Rome, the making of an emperor. The Gallic Wars, though costly in terms of human life, were a resounding success for Julius Caesar. He had achieved what no Roman general had before him, the complete conquest of Gaul.
This victory had a profound impact on both my career and the future of Rome.
The wealth plundered from Gaul, along with the captured slaves, filled Rome's coffers and bolstered Caesar's political standing.
He was hailed as a hero, a conquering general who had expanded the Republic's frontiers and secured its borders.
However, Caesar's triumphs in Gaul had also earned him powerful enemies in Rome. His growing popularity and the loyalty of his battle-hardened legions fueled suspicion and fear among the Roman elite.
They saw him as a threat to the Republic, a general who might turn his victorious legions on Rome itself.
The Gallic Wars, though a military triumph, ultimately set the stage for the collapse of the Roman Republic and the rise of the Roman Empire.
My ambition, ignited on the battlefields of Gaul, would eventually lead me to cross the Rubicon and ignite a civil war that would transform Rome forever.
And so, from the conquest of Gaul, the seeds of an empire were sown.